January 1st, 2024, a magnitude 7.6 earthquake struck the Noto Peninsula. Within 4 minutes, every cell tower went down. 36,000 people, more than half of them over the age of 65, many living alone, had no way to call for help. We went to Ishikawa to understand what actually happened. We sat with Japan Red Cross staff who coordinated the response. They told us that survivors had no way to find out which shelters were open. And the average time for any communication was restored was 72 hours. 3 full days of silence. These are the people who we built Everlink for.
Here's the gap that no one has closed. When disasters strike, when towers fall, and satellites get blocked, the internet dies, and Japanese elderlies are left completely alone in silence with no way out. Every existing solution competes in the same red ocean, making the same infrastructure stronger and charging more for it. Satellite phones currently cost up to $100 to buy every month just for it to stay active. And for grandparents living on $1,000 pension funds, this is not a solution. This is a luxury that they can't afford. So we ask a completely different question. What if devices worked with no infrastructure at all?
EL1 is a compact, disaster-ready communication device that works without Wi-Fi, cellular networks, or subscriptions. At its core is our proprietary P3NC protocol, Protected Portable Positioning Network Communication. Rather than relying on centralized infrastructure, P3NC allows messages to move across nearby devices and community-based stations using secure store and forward technology. Messages hop from device to device until they reach their destination, even if only one person in the neighborhood has Everlink. Even though EL1 broadcasts over open radio channels, only the intended recipient can read the message. We have implemented an AI database that ensures that every message is encrypted and secured.
To move beyond competition, we applied the Eliminate, Reduce, Raise, Create framework, the foundation of value innovation. We eliminated dependence on fragile infrastructure and recurring subscription fees. We reduced unnecessary complexity that fails under stress. We raised what truly matters: reliability, accessibility, and safety, especially for those elderly users that often get excluded from modern technology. And we created something entirely new, a self-sustaining, community-powered communication network that functions when the rest of the world goes silent. Through this, Everlink opens the blue ocean where communication never dies.
Our initial focus is elderly individuals living in disaster-prone regions of Japan, a population consistently underserved by existing solutions. Many struggle with complex technology, small touchscreens, and unreliable networks. Everlink is deliberately simple. Tactile buttons, one-tap SOS, solar charging, and a clear interface designed for use under extreme stress. Using the 3 tiers of non-customers, our opportunity expands far beyond this group. The first tier includes families who want reassurance that elderly loved ones are safe. The second tier includes smartphone-dependent users who assume networks will always work until they don't. The third tier includes residents in rural and mountainous regions who need reliable communication regardless of distance. By focusing on non-customers, Everlink doesn't steal demand, it creates it.
Regarding finances, EL1 will be priced at $95, less than 2 months of a satellite phone subscription. It costs us $54 to make, giving us a 43% margin with no ongoing fees to the customers. With approximately 5 million elderly individuals across Tokyo and Ishikawa, a modest 15% adoption generates a whopping $72 million initial market. Expanding to the disaster-prone regions along the Ring of Fire, including Southeast Asia and the US West Coast, opens up a whopping $11.4 billion total addressable market. With a gross margin of 43%, Everlink proves that life-saving impact and financial sustainability can coexist.
Today, we've completed our concept design and technical framework, including early developments to the P3NC protocol. We are entering prototypes, testing under disaster conditions, power outages, signal losses, and long-term operations. We are forming partnerships with municipals and shelters across Japan and beginning to pilot our trials. Everlink is no longer an idea, but is becoming reality.
We overcome the cognitive hurdle through live demonstrations that show EL1 working without the internet. We overcome the resource hurdle through lean production and institutional partnerships. We overcome the motivational hurdle with clear milestones tied to lives saved. Finally, we overcome the political hurdle by aligning with municipalities, NGOs, and emergency responders. While others remain trapped in the red ocean, fighting over coverage maps, hardware upgrades, and subscription fees, Everlink creates a blue ocean of true community resilience.
When disaster strikes, communication should never disappear.
Everlink ensures it never does.